Hello students, in this tutorial you are going to learn how to make a scissor in Fusion 360, and while making the scissor you will be acquainted with how to make 2D sketches, how to convert 2D sketches to 3D models, how to use extrude command for the same. Then we will understand how bodies are converted into components and then to join the components and also to add motion to the components. So there is a lot of learning in this exercise. So let's start up with the working process. The step one for making of the scissor is going to be to make this 2D sketch. The dimensions are given here, students. So we will try to follow the exact same dimension to make our Fusion 2D sketch too. So let's come to Fusion 360. I will select File, New, okay, and from here I'll create on Create, Create Sketch. Select the front plane and then using the keyboard shortcut key L will make a line of 100 millimeters. The complete 2D sketch uses the concept of line and circle. So let's make the further lines to it by pressing the shortcut key L command. 2 millimeter line here, again an L, shortcut key L, and then 2 millimeter line here. You can zoom, then a line of 5 millimeter to make this slanting line, students. We would be making some extra pair of lines. So one line 5 millimeter, another line of 10 millimeter, and one more line of 5 millimeter. If you find too many dimensions displayed here, so we can uncheck this show dimension box to get a better view. And now we will join these 2 points again by using the line command. Then students, we need to make the blade of this particular scissor, and for that our line would be made from this point, which will be of height 15 millimeter. Then we would join the 2 points to complete the blade. This one. And also we would join these 2 points, this point and this point. As the angle specified in the 2D sketch diagram is 45 degrees, we will check that have we also achieved 45-degree angles or not by clicking on the sketch dimension, highlighting this line, clicking on this line, and yes, you can see a 45-degree angle appears. Now further, let's make the handle of this particular scissor. So again, a line command, make a line of 10 millimeter, an L command, make a line of make a line of 40 millimeter. Okay. Then next, student, we have to make a handle, and for that we'll make a circle. For making the circle, we have to press the keyboard shortcut key C and then bring the cursor pointer on this on this point, but don't click it. Just move the cursor upwards on a straight path and then make a circle of 36 diameter. So the circumference of the circle will be 36 Now student, we have to, the height between the circle and the point is going to be 23. So for that we will be clicking on the sketch dimension, click on this point, click on this point, and then adjust it to 23. Then students, we would be joining this circle and the line by using a line command. Click on this dot, and where to join student, it should be proper tangent, and you can see a circle appearing, a small circle appears here. At that position we have to do the left click. Now we have to close and make an arc here to as an handle to the scissor. And for making the arc, okay, we would go to the create command, and in the create command we go to arc and select 3-point arc. Then select this point, bring the cursor on the circle dot center point, but don't click it. Just hover the cursor over here and then move it outwards. Then you click it on the end of the line of the circle, and now we can see that we can make an arc. But to what precise position it should be made, it will be decided on the student. You can see an underline appears below the dot, okay, and when that appears you click on the mouse. So with this we have made the close, okay, sketch here. Now we will add some further circles by pressing the C command. That circle is going to be 30 millimeter. One more circle here, which is going to be a 5 millimeter, and there would be a proper distance of 7 millimeter from this side, from the top, and horizontally 10 millimeter. So we'll go to the sketch dimension, select the center point, go to this line and make a 7 millimeter gap here, and again the center point, go to this line, a 10 millimeter gap. Once we are done this much student, any extra lines which we made, we need to remove them. And for doing that, we will have to click on the trim command, and then we delete the extra lines. This line is extra, this is extra, this part, this part, this part, and this part. Okay. With this student, we have completed making the 2D sketch of a model. Okay, now we need to extrude and make it to a 3D view. So we will click on the finish sketch command, go to the, from the view cube, select the home key, and then press the E command to extrude, and then we'll select the scissor and we'll select the handle. The arrow is indicating inwards, okay, but we have to extrude it outward, so we'll type here -2. Next, after this, we have to extrude the handle, students, 2 millimeter from one side and from the other side 4 millimeters. But when I select only the handle to extrude, the complete sketch is getting selected. Okay, the object is getting selected. So that's happening because there is no gap here. Like there, it should be filled up. The line, there should be a line. So for that we will go to create sketch, and here we will make a line to fill this gap. Once done, then you can click on finish sketch. Now students, when I highlight this handle, you can see only the handle is getting highlighted. We can extrude this handle to 2 millimeter from one side, and then use the view cube to go to the other side, select the other side of the handle, extrude it by pressing the keyboard shortcut key E, and extrude it to 4 millimeter from the other side, and then you can press the home key. So we come back to our, okay, one part of the scissor, student, is done. Now the next part which remains is we need to add, okay, we need to make one more copy of this. Okay, and to make a copy of this, students, it's very simple. We go to modify and we go to move and copy. Select the object which you want to copy, and then click on create copy. Highlight create copy. Move the arrow outwards. Okay, and then once you move it outwards, you get one more copy of this scissor. We need to rotate it to an angle of 180 degrees, and for that we will click on this ellipse sign here once. It will ask for a degree of rotation, and here we will type 180. So this will cause a rotation, okay, of the scissor to appear. Okay, and so we have rotated the scissor. Okay, I need to do it again. I press the, okay, so how we rotated, student? We went to modify, we went to move and copy, selected the object, okay, and then clicked on create copy, and then use the arrow, drag the arrow outwards, and then we selected the ellipse and give a degree of 180-degree rotation. Once this much part done, students, now the next part remains is we need to convert these bodies to components, and for doing so we right click on the bodies and click on create component for bodies from bodies. Why we do it is because now we need to join these two components together, and for joining, the product should not be a bodies format, it should be in a components format. Once we have the two separate components, now they can be easily joined. And for joining it, students, we have to go to assemble and click on the join option. It will ask, okay, the position and motion tab would appear. So we'll select from which points we want to join. So we highlight the outer face of this circle, okay, and then you use the view cube to rotate and go to the other side of the other circle, okay, of the other part of the scissor, and highlight the outer edge of the other circle. So now, student, you can see that the two products are, or the two components are getting joined here. Now we can add a motion, we can specify the proper motion to get a view of a scissor in action, and for that we will go to the motion tab. Go to the motion tab, okay, and here we specify the minimum, check the minimum checkbox, set a degree to -10, okay, and the maximum is how to, what degree this particular one part of the scissor should go. I'll set it to say 40 degrees, and then the rest position again to -10. Then, student, when I preview, we can see that we are able to see the scissor effect. Okay, so these are the simple steps, students, to make a scissor in Fusion 360. It's very easy. Please give a try. Okay, and we can add rivet also inside it, which I will teach you in my ahead tutorials. Okay, so I hope you like the video. Okay, yeah, everyone have a good day, and thank you very much for watching.